Today we're going to talk about a series I just recently discovered, and I find it to be one of my favorite series so far. I was living under a rock with this one. Call me Patrick Star, call me dumb idiot, throw rocks and tomatoes at me. I deserve it for not finding this game sooner. But we're going to talk about Yakuza, the entire series. Now, currently I'm on... Which one am I on? Currently I'm on 5. So... I haven't finished all of it, and I started with Like a Dragon. It's pretty embarrassing, I know. And Yakuza 5 so far is it's picking up the pace, I will say, but it's pretty good story-wise. I like how the story is going so far. I'm not gonna get into it right now, but I like it. It's definitely gonna be better than 3. I know that for sure. That game will make you want to fucking throw something out the window. I swear. If you know, you know. This game, Yakuza 3 storyline is chef kisses. Like, they were really cooking in that bitch when they were making the story for that game. But when they decided to on the gameplay, I don't know what the fuck happened. It reminds me of when SpongeBob lost his memory and his brain was just going chaotic with all the SpongeBob clones. They just did not know what to do. They just were burning and shredding everything. That's what I felt like they did with the fighting in this game. Every time I think about that fucking fight, I just want to. But Yakuza, what can't you do in this game? You can fucking race toy cars, strip clubs, eat ramen, beat ass on the street on a regular, because there's never a second you cannot walk on the street without someone trying to fight you. Shogi, fishing, disco, darts, mahjong, blackjack, batting cages, the list goes on. You can do everything in this damn game. I wouldn't be surprised if they let you fight a bear in this motherfucker. Well, I'll be damned. The way the story is so well written in this game, you would think the writers of Yakuza had a gun to the back of their heads, and if the gunman didn't even think of shedding a tear while listening to the story, they'll be publicly executed on the spot. The writing in this game remind me of that one gunner meme when he got the pen and paper on fire. This game is so action-packed and it's such an emotional roller coaster. It's like John Wick combined with Marley and Me or some shit like that. Something just sad as fuck. For example, one of the characters I really love the writing about is Nishiki. In the first in Yakuza 0, this is technically not the first Yakuza, but this is the first Yakuza, if that makes sense. But Nishiki from Yakuza 0, you love the guy. He is willing to stick his neck out for Kiryu. He was even willing to leave the clan after Kiryu got banished from the clan. I think it was banished for the clan. It was one of them things. But in Kiwami, in the beginning, it's the same Nishiki. It's the same guy you know and love. You know what I'm saying? But after Kiryu is sentenced to prison, and during those times while he was in prison, Nishiki slowly became a dick. And that's all because of manipulation. Everyone around the Tojo clan believes Kiryu would be better off having his own clan instead of Nishiki, because they think Nishiki is kind of weak and useless. Kind of was, because he really was. Kiryu was the backbone of the operation in the beginning, but that's what made him mad and start to envy Kiryu.
You what?
For no reason. I don't know why he was mad at Kiryu. Cause like, bro's in prison for what you did. The fuck? And the main reason Nishiki got his own clan is because soon as Kiryu could get out of prison, he was supposed to take him in, and then I guess eventually Kiryu was supposed to take over that clan. I'm not for sure. I kind of forgot that specifics in that, but correct me if I'm wrong. But Nishi said fuck that plan. So now Nishi's goal is to climb the ranks of the Tojo clan and become one of the top Yakuzas while also surpassing Kiryu in the process. And you're probably asking, did it work? Did it work? Come on guys, we're talking about Nishiki here. Of course it never mind, it did not work. And still to this day, I'm scratching my head, because how did Kiryu and Hakuya survive that? They were on the same floor as him, right next to the vault, and it took off the entire floor with that explosion. They got more plot armor than an anime character, honestly. Another one of my favorite moments was in Yakuza 3. And I know I said we weren't going to praise this game, but also, like I said before, dog shit gameplay, beautiful story. And that's when they took my boy Rikia. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but they took that man life. Now after Kiryu got done fighting bulls, actual bulls, the animal, I'm not lying, I guess you could say he was going through some bullshit that time, right?
Oh brother, this guy stinks!
So after Kiryu turned into Jimmy Butler to beat the Bulls and this nigga in his red suit to save Shigeru, we're gonna go with Shigeru. So after Kiryu saved Shigeru, they're all trying to have their Disney Channel happy moment. You know, everybody's talking, celebrating, laughing, cracking jokes. And then come this nigga with the red suit. And I'm telling you, the villains in this game has way more plot armor than you think. None of these motherfuckers just give up or die. You gotta shoot them in the head. So red suit man gets to reaching for the gun, and somehow the only person that notice it is Rikia. And I know Kiryu's back is to the red suit man, but motherfucker Shigeru and Saki, whatever the little girl name, are literally facing Kiryu. How the fuck did they not see this nigga move at all? Shout out to Rikia, because he's the only motherfucker there with 20/20 vision and peripheral vision. It's just sad. So then Rikia steps in to take the bullet for Kiryu, and as he's falling down, Kiryu catches him and it's not trying to stop the dude in a red suit for some reason. He still has a gun in his hand. This is my favorite moment, but also one of the dumbest moments to me, because Rikia's death was almost in vain, because as Kiryu was holding Rikia, the dude in the red suit still had the gun. Like I said, he was about to shoot Kiryu. He was about to pull the trigger one more time, but luckily Kazuma's brother came through and sent that man back to the lobby. Then we cut back to Kiryu expressing himself to like the maximum. Bro is screaming and shit. That shit like tugged on my heartstrings a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. The last moment I'm gonna talk about is when Kazuma died, obviously, because that shit was sad as hell too. And that's Kiryu's pops, so it's only right we bring him up. So after beating this big ass Stone Cold Steve Austin built motherfucker, just like I said before, these villains don't know when to give up. He is this petty. Man grabs this conveniently placed grenade and chucks it at Kazuma and Hakura. And mind you, Hakura is like a 5-year-old child. You threw a grenade at a kid because you lost the fight? Come on, bro. After Mr. Clean chucks the grenade like Tom Brady, Kazuma did what's only right, and that was protect Hakura. So he took cover and took most of the blast radius of the explosion. Real nigga. But none of this would have happened if the same dude who shot him after throwing the grenade would have shot him earlier. What the fuck? With the knowledge of not winning the gulag and all the redeploys are in the storm, Kazuma is now saying his final words. As Kazuma is saying his final words, he mentioned an orphanage called Sunshine, and that orphanage was made for all the kids whose parents died to Kazuma's hand. And if you put two together, you'll realize Kiryu, Yumi, and Nishiki were all from an orphanage called Sunshine. So it starts to add up together that Kazuma killed Kiryu's parents. And you would think Kiryu would get upset by hearing this information, because this is the same man that killed your parents and took you in without saying nothing. But surprisingly, Kiryu was not angry, but instead was very saddened about Kazuma's death. And what he said was, to him, that's his real father, which made that a beautiful moment, because even though he just told him he killed his parents and that's why he's an orphan, he still put that difference aside because Kazuma was still always there for him. And that's what you call storytelling. Thank you for watching.